Hey guys, I'm Luke.
I'm Ainsley.
And we are
Scream Queenie.
Alright, so we're ending off our 2021 Screamings, our kind of year in review, our lists of some of our favorite things. Last time we did our what we kind of consider to be our weakest or our most disappointing films for us of the year. Kind of wasted our time, or my time at least, I felt like, on those. And so
we end on a happy note.
We will end on a happy note. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be talking about what our favorite, if you will, horror films, or best horror films, or whatever that we thought for the year last year. So I'll start off, and I'm going to say mine is one of the movies that we actually watched on our overnight, and I really liked it. It's a cute movie. I thought it was very cute, I guess you would say.
It was funny. It had gore. It had jump scares. It had it all.
It had an a-hole Josh Gad in it.
It did.
It had people singing Taylor Swift on ukulele. It was amazing. We did so if you want to see our review of this film, it's called Little Monsters, not the Fred Savage Howie Mandel movie. This one had...
Which was also good.
Yeah. Who did this one have in it? It had...
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, and who was the...
Wait, Lupita Nyong'o?
Yes, I think that.
Is that the same thing I just said?
Yes.
Did I repeat myself?
The second time was right if the first time wasn't. I'll put it that way. So it had her in it, Josh Gad.
And some Australian actor, sorry.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. It was funny. It was...
It had a bunch of little kids in it.
Cursing. It was amazing.
My number 3 is Old. M. Night Shyamalan did not disappoint in this one. This particular one. He has disappointed in the past.
You know,
he's notorious for disappointing.
I feel like, though, as of recent, with the because the last Split, then you got that. But anyways, so M. Night Shyamalan, maybe he's turning that corner. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's turning that corner. Maybe he's figured out how to make a good film now and make it.
Maybe he's back to the Sixth Sense. No, he'll never top that.
Well, just because that was so smart and so good, and I guess what is frustrating sometimes with him is that he can...
We know that he can do it.
But then it's almost like he's just not trying then. I'm just going to put something out.
Or he tries too hard.
We did do a live review of Old. And that was on our Facebook page as well. We did like an instant review of that. And it's with the Forever Purge. I think we did those kind of together because we went and saw those on the same day in the theater.
Yeah.
And so they're both on there. Go check those out. For me, I'm going to go ahead and go with my number 2. And my number 2 that I have, also one that we have a review up for on our YouTube page, actually, is a movie called Creep that we did. I'm looking forward to the Wheel of Death at some point picking Creep 2 because I hear it has the same serial killer guy in there.
He's phenomenal. I can't remember his name, though.
He's from the League. He's on the League. He plays Pete on the League.
He's in a bunch
Mark
of stuff.
Duplass.
Yeah.
Mark Duplass. Amazing. I was not expecting this out of him. Now, he's a writer, a director. He does a lot of stuff, and he is phenomenal. But it is a great movie. Go watch it. Then watch our review of it. Was really, 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 really impressed with Creep.
It was cringy.
Yes, there you go.
It was very cringy, but worth it.
I've got one thing to say. Tubby time. That's it.
Yes, tubby time.
All right, so your film.
My number 2 is The Quiet Place Part 2.
So this is one that we went and saw, like, I think right before we started doing the show, so we haven't really done a review on this.
Did we not do a live review?
No, we did not. We, so, little BTS here, a little behind the scenes. We actually did some practice runs, some dry runs, if you will, of some stuff. So that was something that, like, we did, and then kind of went back and watched the stuff and, like, critiqued ourselves and did that kind of stuff to see, like, what we needed to do and how boring are we actually and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So this is us, like, practicing, and, like, that's scary, isn't it? That's the real scary thing about our horror show, is that this is us, like, half a year in and practiced and however many episodes we are in now, 26, 27, 28 episodes in, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You think about that. We could be worse. But The Quiet Place Part 2, let's talk about it a little bit, because that's not something we have got to talk about on the show.
It picks up basically from the start of the invasion, I guess you would say, and then leaps into after the first film. Great acting in it, great actors. Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy. The kids are good.
John Krasinski's in there a little bit too.
Just a little bit of eye candy.
My number one, probably my favorite thing, and this actually happens to be another one. So all three of mine are things that you can go and you can watch reviews that we did. Was Dementia 2. I thought that was amazing.
It was the weirdest movie.
And I think that's why I liked it so much, because it wasn't anything that I was expecting, especially after the first one. Right, the first one was very somber and very dark and then even like I just love everything about this movie, because I love everything about the movie. Go watch our review of it and you'll see everything. But I love the backstory behind the movie on why it was made. I love the fact that it was shot in black and white. I love the length of the film. I love the feel of the film. I love that it doesn't take itself seriously.
Not at all.
Well, in a good way, though. It's not like it was... I never expected it to be something that it wasn't. And it wasn't trying to be. It was gory, and it was cringy at parts. And there were times where we were worried that we were going to see an old lady naked in the movie. You can watch our review to find out if that actually happens or not. The acting was neither good or bad in the movie. It just was what it was, and it was what it needed to be for the movie. I just really enjoyed that film. I had a lot of fun with it, and so that's why I think that I enjoyed it so much. With that being said, Dementia 2 for me. Your number one.
My number one is Ready or Not.
All right, so this is not one either. I think this is one. So the all-night horror thing that we did around Halloween is not something that we didn't do that. That's not the first time we've done that. We've been doing this for quite a few years. We used to only do it on Halloween, then we started doing it a couple of times a year, which kind of turned into the show after a while. So we watched this, I think, in our spring one that we did last year, Ready or Not. It has Samara Weaving in it. I know that.
Premise of the movie is basically starts out with the main character. She's marrying her fiance, I guess you would say. Turns out he's from a really rich family, and they're rich because they have a pact with the devil. And every time someone in the family gets married, the new significant other has to play a game, and if their game is hide or seek, then they have to hunt down this person and kill them in sacrifice.
The real fun thing about this movie too was that, you know, it was one of those where it turns out that she is a little bit more survivalist savvy than what they were expecting her to be.
It has very much that Final Girl type feel.
Next, do you remember that movie Next?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that, which is really good as well. This movie was fun. It was funny, gory. It was, it had all the best elements, I think, of a horror film.
It had good one-liners.
It did. Samara Weaving is amazing. I have liked pretty much everything that I've seen her in, so she's really, really good.
That's our list.
Yeah, so go check out these movies. We'd love to hear what you thought was your best horror experiences, best horror movies, all that good stuff for 2021. And we appreciate you guys listening to our year-end list. This will be the end of it. We'll get back to the regular content. What do we always like everyone to do, Ainsley?
Like, subscribe, and share.
See? You got it down finally, huh? It's only taken you 7 months to
get
it down, but you got it down.
I'm a fast learner.
That's not slow. All right. But we would love for you guys to let us know things you want us to watch, what you think was the best. If we haven't seen it yet, we'll definitely do our best to check it out.
It will go on the list.
Yes, which usually goes on the wheel. So we are very happy to have spent 2021 and had all these experiences. I've appreciated having all these horror-related experiences with you.
Ditto.
You got to have a lot of firsts, didn't you? Like comic books and then cons and all that good kind of stuff. So yeah. So please share our videos. If you haven't watched them, check them out. We would love for you to do that. I have been Luke.
I've been Ainsley.
And we have been
Scream Queenie.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.